Something has changed, and you can feel it deep within you. It's not just a passing feeling or a fleeting thought, it's something real, something sacred, and it's calling you now. There's a shift in the air, a quiet change in the direction of your life, like the wind has turned and started carrying the truth your soul has long waited to hear. This truth is not hidden, it is not wrapped in confusion. It's honest. It's open. And it has always been there inside you, gently waiting for the moment to bloom. That moment has arrived. Something happened in the stillness of last night. Not the kind of moment that others notice or talk about. No, it was quiet, spiritual, intimate. But its power was deep and undeniable. It was tied to someone who matters more than words can explain, someone whose soul has always been tied to yours. Even during the times when you couldn't see it or feel it clearly, their journey was still woven with yours. While the rest of the world was sleeping, your soulmate reached a moment that changed everything. It wasn't loud or dramatic. It was silent and sacred. A moment only the stars and eternity bore witness to. In that moment, they crossed an invisible threshold. They stepped away from an old story, the one filled with fear, confusion, and hiding. They stepped onto a new path. They may not even fully understand where it's leading, but their heart has already started walking it. And that path is leading them closer to you. Destiny isn't fixed. It's not something carved in stone. It responds to the cry of your soul. It listens when your spirit aches and bends, when your heart breaks open in longing. Last night, it listened. It heard the ache inside of you and the deep cry from your soulmate's spirit. And in that moment of shared pain and silent surrender, something sacred happened. The walls began to fall. The resistance began to melt. And your soulmate reached that sacred edge, the one where the old story begins to crumble and all that's left to do is let go. They stood right there between what was and what could be, between fear and freedom. And they didn't move with logic or plans. They moved with their heart. They didn't even need to say a word because their soul made a choice. They chose growth. They chose truth. They chose love. That choice, even though it was quiet, shifted everything. It wasn't an easy choice. This is someone who has carried wounds from lifetimes, someone who has been confused about what love truly is, someone who doubted they deserved it. They built walls so high that they forgot what it felt like to be seen, to be touched by something real. They ran from love, even though it was what they wanted the most, because it felt too risky, too overwhelming. But last night, something inside of them gave way. Not in a breaking down kind of way, but in a breaking open kind of way. The weight they carried for so long finally fell. And when it did, something new entered. In that vulnerable space, they heard you. Not with their ears, but with their soul. They felt your presence, your love, your essence. Like a breeze moving through the trees or sunlight touching the dark. Your soul spoke to them, not with words, but with truth. And their soul responded. It recognized you. It remembered you. That memory has been sleeping, but now it's waking up. Slowly, yes but surely. A small spark inside them has turned into a quiet flame, and it's only getting stronger. This is not just emotion or imagination. It's not fantasy. This is real. This is soul remembering soul. This is deeper than attraction or romance. It's something eternal. It's something that stretches beyond time. They're starting to notice things they once ignored. They're feeling emotions they had buried for so long. Their heart, after years of silence, is turning toward you. And maybe you've felt something lately. Emotions rising up without reason, dreams that feel like messages, moments of joy or sadness that catch you off guard. That's not random. You're feeling them. You're sensing their awakening. You're hearing the quiet rhythm of their heart learning how to beat in harmony with yours again. Your souls are connected, always have been, and right now that connection is growing stronger, clearer, deeper. You are not imagining this shift. You are not making it up. Your soul knows. Your spirit knows. And their soul is listening now. The bond that's always been there is reawakening. Love that once felt distant is drawing near. A path that once seemed lost is beginning to shine again. And step by step, heart by heart, you are being drawn back together not by chance, but by truth. Not by force, but by grace. Let yourself trust this. Let yourself feel this. Even if the outside world hasn't changed yet, something has changed in the unseen. Something has moved. Something sacred has started. And it's leading you home to the love your soul has always known. None of this has been a coincidence. Every step, every pause, every whisper in your heart has been part of something greater, something guided by the divine. The path you're walking has quietly shifted. The energy around you is no longer the same. The one your soul has long felt connected to, your soulmate, is no longer lost in the same old fears. They're no longer spinning in circles. Something within them is shifting. Slowly, yes. Maybe even awkwardly. But they're not running anymore. They may not have the words to explain this change. They may not fully understand the transformation blooming inside them. But their heart feels it. And that heart is gently leading them back to you, with a devotion that doesn't scream but it never stops calling. This love was never meant to be simple or ordinary. It never followed the rules of this world. It was written far beyond this lifetime. You and this soul have met before again and again, through joy, through loss, through countless lifetimes. Sometimes your paths crossed only for a moment. But each time, something sacred was planted. A truth. A memory. A love that never fades. Every decision you made, every goodbye you said, every tear you cried, every hope you clung to, it was all part of a beautiful, divine unfolding. What happened last night, or the night before, or even in a dream, it wasn't random. It was a moment from that sacred agreement your souls made long before you entered this life. Their soul has chosen growth. They've chosen truth. And in choosing that, they've chosen you not from a place of fear, not from emptiness, but from an inner truth that is finally awakening. They may not fully understand it, but something inside them is beginning to lead them, moment by moment, back in your direction. A new kind of strength is rising within them. It doesn't look loud or bold. It looks like surrender. Like quiet bravery. You may still feel the silence. You may still feel the space between you. But that space is changing. It doesn't feel hollow anymore. It feels full, soft and filled with the kind of love that is still finding its voice. And you, beloved soul, have changed too. You've become something stronger, something brighter. You've kept your heart open, not by chasing, not by demanding, but by choosing yourself again and again. You've given love with no conditions. You've whispered prayers with no guarantees. You've held space with gentleness, not with clinging. And in doing so, you've become a light that could not be ignored. That light has reached them. That love, the one you've carried in your spirit so patiently, has been the key to their awakening. We know how much you've longed. We've seen your questions, your tears, your wondering if your voice was ever heard. But let us tell you, this journey was never about waiting. It was always about becoming. Each time you chose honesty, each time you spoke from your soul, each time you honored what you needed, you were pulling them closer. Not just through hope, but through energy. You've been creating this love. You've been calling it into being with every step you've taken. In truth, the path they once walked is no longer the same. Their future has shifted. It's being rewritten to match the frequency of who you've become. That's why the signs are starting to feel clearer. That's why the heaviness between you is softening. You'll feel them differently now. Not in a way that aches, but in a way that soothes. You'll see them in everyday things: music, numbers, small symbols that whisper their presence. These aren't illusions. They're confirmations. Evidence that something real and deep is moving beneath the surface. We cannot promise the journey will be smooth, but we can promise that it will be sacred. Yes, patience will be needed. But don't confuse that with waiting. This is a time to live fully, to breathe in life deeply, to laugh, to create, to rise. As they awaken, you are also being invited to rise. You are not waiting to be completed. You are preparing to meet them whole. And now, hear this clearly, you are not forgotten. You are not delusional. What you felt is real. This connection is real. Their heart remembers yours, even if their mind hasn't caught up yet. Their soul is calling out for you. And now, at last, they are turning toward that call. Both of you are moving toward a moment that will change everything. A meeting that has been written for lifetimes. A union that will be different this time, because this time, you will both be ready. So trust. Trust what didn't make sense. Trust what felt like emptiness. Trust the silence that had meaning. Trust the delays that shaped you. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been lost. Every pause was preparation. Every moment has brought you closer to now. You didn't miss your chance. You didn't lose the moment. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Everything is aligning. Everything is beginning. And as they continue to rise, hold a gentle space in your heart for them. They're stepping into a new version of themselves. It might feel messy at first, but your love is the steady light guiding them through. Breathe deeply, love. Shine brightly. Keep walking your path with grace. They are finding their way back to you now. And this time, they won't turn away. Slowly, they are becoming the person who can meet the depth of love you carry inside. It's not easy. Growth never is. It takes courage to face their fears, to heal their pain, to let go of the stories that once held them back. But they are doing it quietly, day by day. They are changing. And though you might not always see it, their soul is moving closer to yours. This journey is divinely guided. Neither of you is alone in it. We are walking alongside them, just as we walk alongside you. Both of you are being held in love, and nothing is happening by accident. Let love be your guide now. When you feel unsure, let it be your anchor. Let love lead your thoughts, your words, and your actions. Let it remind you that you are not simply waiting. You are already embodying the love you hope to receive. You are becoming it. And as you do, your soulmate will be drawn toward you not through force, not through control, but simply by you being your authentic self. This is what brings souls together. When both hearts begin to awaken, alignment happens. This is the beauty of divine timing. Take a deep breath. Something sacred has already begun. What happened in the quiet of the night changed everything on a soul level. They felt something shift. A soft stirring in their spirit. The old stories that once controlled them began to fade away. Fear no longer holds the power it once did. And in its place, something new entered: truth, love, and a deep knowing that they are destined for something greater. They may not understand it all yet, and they may not have the words, but their soul is responding. Their path is shifting, and it is leading them to you. You, beloved, have waited with so much strength. You have loved through silence. You've believed through the pain. You've kept your heart open, even when it hurt. We see that. We honor that. Your love has never been forgotten. It has echoed across lifetimes, touching their heart even when they didn't realize it. And now, their heart is beginning to remember. In the quiet, something deep inside them said yes. Yes to truth. Yes to growth. Yes to you. This decision wasn't loud. It wasn't seen by the outside world, but it was real. And this real decision has started something that cannot be undone. Even if everything around you looks the same, everything within you is changing. Their soul is waking up. Their dreams are shifting. Fear is softening. The love that has always been there is rising again. You may not see the results just yet, but trust what you feel. Trust what your heart knows. Their destiny is aligning with yours. Something sacred is unfolding. Allow yourself to be still, and trust the process. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not imagining this. This love is real. It always has been. And the two of you are being prepared for reunion, not just in the physical world, but at the soul level. Both of you are becoming the people you were always meant to be. Your energy is clearing, your hearts are opening. And the more you embody love, the more you will recognize each other. This love was never about chasing. It has always been about remembering. Let the past fall away now. Let the pain melt into peace. Let the doubts dissolve. Let the old stories that once held you back finally come to an end. Where there was silence, there will be understanding. Where there was fear, there will be faith. Where there was distance, there will be reunion. This is all happening not through force, but through grace. Not through waiting, but through becoming. You are already on the path. You are already part of the miracle. Your heart is ready. You are already on your way home. If your heart knows this truth, type 333. If you feel this reunion deep within your soul, type I am ready. Let today be the day you say yes to love, to light, to the new beginning that has already begun. And always remember, this love was never ordinary. It was always sacred. And now, finally, it is waking up. Amen. If you'd like to show your support, you can give super thanks up to $30.